just finding a seat. And I invite you for this meditation to be in an upright seat. Obviously, if you feel like you want to do something different, make a different shape, be more supported, and lie down, you can do this. But otherwise, you could come to a wall or the sofa to have some support for the spine as you come into a meditation position. And just make sure that your body is comfortable. If you need any props, if you need to adjust and move, always making sure that we tend to our bodies, that we don't go through discomfort and into anything that's painful. We actually want to pause or come back before that point. So from this position, either having a soft gaze or the eyes closed, come to our theme of emerge. And so the theme of emerging from the winter, really. And it could be more personal to you, emerging from something else. And so if you like to just bring in personal relevance, like how that might relate to you, where do you need to prepare or be ready to emerge from soon? And it could just be the winter. It could just be this seasonal factor, or it could be something a lot more personal. And we'll come back to the tools as well that we used in the very first session, the trauma-informed tools that help us navigate any overwhelming sensations. And we'll just move through those in context with this theme of emerge. So we'll start off with the ground, feeling the ground where we are. Feeling how this ground supports us. So whether this is the country that you're in, the neighborhood that you're in, the house that you're in, the community that you're in, partnership or family, or any kind of social structure. Maybe it's more about how you've set yourself up in this space as well. So just feeling that physical space underneath you, maybe through the legs, the feet, the sit bones. And also noticing what that brings up in your emotional self, in your emotional body. And does that also lead to a sense of safety or stability? Maybe it's more about uncertainty. And whatever it is, just allowing it to be as it is. Taking a moment just to locate the spine and draw the top of the spine slightly forward, so towards the front and then towards the back. So maybe feeling the weight as it comes into the front of the sit bones and as it comes into the back. And then seeing if we can find that middle point between forward and back with shoulders over the hips, feeling where the spine is extending up in a neutral position from the ground. Doing the same from left to right, a very gentle sway. feeling weight coming into the right sit bone, into the left sit bone, to the right, and to the left. And then finding that space in between both sit bones in the center. And then we think about that center position, center space, seeing if we can maybe locate it one way or another within our torso. Maybe it's further down towards the navel. Maybe it's further up around the heart space. Moving into this next tool of centering, finding our center, feeling our center. And again, we're just exploring, taking a little inner micro adventure, just seeing what comes up for us. Do we notice some sensations in the center? If so, what do we notice about those sensations? And seeing if we can please stay more curious rather than judgmental. So we're interested to learn about those sensations rather than wanting to put them into good or bad or pleasure or uncomfortable. So we're just curious about those sensations. And as we have our awareness in the center of the body, wherever is the point easiest for you to locate, for you to assign the center, do you notice something about the breath whilst you're there? Do you notice some movement in the rib cage? Or in the lungs, or in the shoulder blades, maybe in the diaphragm? Maybe it's more about the quietness, hearing the quietness of this time, and then noticing the sound of the breath within the quietness. And rather than changing or controlling the breath, we bring our curious nature to the breath cycle again. Noticing the difference between the inhale to the exhale. And perhaps seeing if we can really refine our awareness to where there is some space between the inhale and the exhale. We really need to concentrate to tune into that timing, that rhythm of the breath, to notice when there is a pause. And this is where we really want to bring our theme in, to notice what emerges during these pauses. What do we notice when we bring our awareness here? When we bring our curiosity here? And perhaps also our compassion, if anything does come up in those pauses that might need some care, some love, some self-love, some tenderness. And then moving from those pauses and attunement to the pauses towards the exhalation. Now with a little bit of effort or energy, seeing if we can extend the exhalation so that it's a deeper breath out. And if you like, opening the mouth, sighing out, taking a deeper breath out, a longer breath, noticing how that leads to the next inhale. Maybe a deeper inhale because of that exhale. Three more deeper exhalations, just feeling like you in control, you have autonomy over your breath. So you can choose what feels good, what feels right. And then coming to the final tool where we orient ourselves. So we use the senses just to check in and bring ourselves into the present if we've drifted or if something takes our attention. So let's take the hands and place them somewhere on the upper body. Could be around the shoulders, could be around the jaw, could be around the heart space. So just taking the hands to bring in the sensation of touch. Again, staying with that curiosity, seeing how that feels. If something feels good, feel free to go with it. So if you start massaging your neck and like, wow, that feels amazing, then keep going. Some other options to bring in self-touch. You can take one hand underneath the armpit And then the other hand, the opposite hand onto the shoulder into a little self-hug. And just holding in stillness and breathing in here. Take 3 breaths here, wherever the hands are. Feeling sensation through hands. Connecting mind with hands and touch and sensation. And then bringing the palms together, eventually rubbing the palms to generate heat. And bring your hands over the face with that heat to open out through the eyes when you're ready. And see if you can locate your candle before you go anywhere else with your eyes. And you can just hold it in the hands, or you can just put it in front of you. And just looking at the flame or looking at anything, really. It doesn't have to be the candle if you've got a picture or a plant. Activating the sight part of our senses. And having just 5 breaths where we use our concentration, our gentle willingness to just stay focused. To see what emerges when we bring the focus into one point. And especially if you're looking at a candle, this one point of transformation, the flame really representing how this cycle of life, this kind of winter, darkness to light, is occurring all the time in our lives. Letting anything come that needs to come to the surface, letting anything go that needs to be released. When we start the practice of Yoga Nidra, beginning with a sankalpa, an intention that we set to guide the practice. Collective sankalpa today is to move with awareness through these seasonal cycles and to also embrace our own seasons, our own cycles, our own changes during life, things that are out of our control, that we're faced with, and these tools, these practices can help us navigate. So we allow ourselves to come down into relaxation in order to emerge. And we start to bring awareness down into the left big toe, into the left second toe, the left third toe, the left fourth toe, And the left little toe. Awareness in the left heel. And the left sole of the foot. And the left ankle. And the left shin and the left calf. The left knee. And the left thigh. The left hip. And the left leg, the whole of the left leg. Bringing awareness now into the other side, into the right big toe. The right second toe. The right third toe. The right fourth toe. And the right little toe. Awareness in the sole of the right foot. And the heel. The ankle. The shin. And the calf. The right knee. The right thigh. The right hip. Whole of the right leg. Awareness in both of the legs. And bringing awareness up into the pelvis, the lower back, in the front of the body, the navel, left side ribs, right side ribs, up the spine, mid-back, left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade, into the front of the torso to the heart space, left collarbone, right collarbone, left shoulder, left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm, left wrist, left thumb, left pointer finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left little finger. Awareness in the left palm, the back of the left hand, and the whole of the left arm. Bringing awareness to the other side, to the right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right forearm, right wrist, right thumb, right pointer finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, right little finger. Awareness in palm of the right hand, in the back of the right hand, and the whole of the right arm. Bringing awareness up into the neck, towards the jaw, the left jaw joint, the right jaw joint, the bottom lip, top lip, noticing the tongue resting in the mouth, left cheek, right cheek, across the bridge of the nose, between the eyebrows, awareness in the forehead, in the temples, crown of the head, and back of the head. Awareness in the whole of the body, head, arms, legs, torso. Awareness in the whole of the body. So allowing awareness to be in the ends of the fingers and in the toes, starting to wiggle or bring some movement back into fingers and toes. Bringing awareness to the breath and taking a deep breath in, stimulating sympathetic nervous system, bringing energy to the nervous system. In your own time, starting to stretch or move softly, gently, Perhaps drawing yourself onto one side now, coming into a little ball, knees in towards the chest, to the fetal position, hugging in, continuing to love and have compassion for ourselves. It is a practice, one we must be vigilant with. Preparing to emerge from this little safe cocoon space, to come out and to come up to sitting, taking hands underneath us to push us up, to support us, taking a time to find a seated position, coming back to sit, to find uprightness against gravity. And to find one of those tools that we've been working with just to close the practice. So this could be back to looking at the candle, soft gaze at the light. This could also be a hand underneath the armpit, a holding of yourself. Could just be resting with the hands on the heart and the belly, noticing the breath. So finding a tool that works for you. Last couple of moments, just letting any reflections or information to emerge from this quiet space and time. And then gently bringing the hands together, the palms to touch, Anjali Mudra. So this intention of love, of gratitude. Thanking you all for joining this practice, for being part of this mini community, self-care, for seasonal shifts and changes. And wishing you a beautiful evening, beautiful rest of the week. Namaste.